Hi, I'm Lisa and welcome to this channel, Hope and Daisy's Life. This channel is about embracing everything in your 50s and beyond, all the changes that we go through and see in our own lives and how our family dynamic changes, just everything from health to wealth to everything that we feel and go through, and just to help you navigate it, because it's not always easy. It's another big transition in life, and I thought it'd be just fun to share the journey of what I've been kind of going through and how I've dealt with things and how I'm going to continue, and you can come along with me and just, yeah, let's do it together. So the first thing I want to just talk about is the feeling of getting older. It's, as we're getting closer and closer to that 60 mark, there's this feeling sometimes of like, oh, do I need to retire? Do I need to slow down? Do I need to do all these things? And it's like, no, not unless you want to. It's kind of interesting for me. I'm just gonna tell you the story of my life. So I got married very young. It was kind of in that era of where, I don't know, all of us were getting married young, and we started trying to have kids when I was 23. And we went through 7 years of infertility. It was a lot of stuff. We went through the whole in vitro, all that kind of thing. And very surprised we didn't get pregnant, but we didn't. And we ended up going through adoption to get our son, which was a beautiful experience. And I'll do a video about that another time. And then after that, we did have 2 birth daughters. But that took a lot of years and time, I think, away from me, that I just wasn't focused on a career because I was trying so hard to have a family. So in some ways, those years were kind of taken from me because I was just so focused over here. And it took a lot of energy to go through all the stuff that you have to go through in vitro, and that it's very hard on you mentally and physically. After that's all happened, and then going through life with the kids and all the stuff we did, all the sports activities, now it's just very busy. The most I could feel like I could do was maybe work part-time, which I did, because I wanted to be there for the kids. I wanted to be the mom going on the field trips and just being around and being in their lives. So that's what we chose. But because of that, I don't know if I ever really had that time to blossom and bloom. And that's kind of happening now, which is so cool. Like, it's another YouTuber called it the butterfly stage, and I thought, oh, I like that. This is our time. This is the time when we can do those things. We have all the knowledge from life. We have the confidence that we didn't maybe have before. Like the confidence that I have now, I didn't have when I was younger. I used to be so shy and found it hard to go into new environments. I would just stay home. I was one of those. So now though, I'm like stepping into things I've never done before. I'm hopefully at some point here going to become an actor. I'm taking acting classes, which I didn't take drama at all in school. I didn't do any of that. I was very business oriented because that's what my mom and dad did. That was just kind of the natural thing. But I kind of always felt like a round peg trying to get into a square hole, that feeling of like not really fitting. But this creative side that's coming out in my 50s, wow, I didn't really know it was there. I think it was always kind of underneath, but yeah, so I'm taking acting lessons and auditioning for acting parts, but I haven't booked anything yet, but you never know, right? So it's fun though, and it's kind of filling my cup, and that's what this is all about. What fills your cup? Because this is your time. This is your time to enjoy life and do some of those things that you didn't do when you were younger because you didn't either have the time, which was us for sure, and the money too, right? Especially when you're raising 3 kids. It's just, you don't have a lot of extra cycles. So think about something like that you would really love to do. Now I call this kind of like the me time. And so the other thing I want to talk about too is like, people start to go, oh, you're going to retire. And it's like, I know for my husband, who is just in his early 60s, he's finding it hard. He's starting to tell people he's younger, not because he wants to look younger, but he feels like people automatically assume that you're kind of done at 60. And you know what? Neither one of us feel like that. We both feel very vibrant, very young, very knowledgeable. He's in the IT industry, and he's got years of experience that he still wants to work. So he's starting to kind of say, he's a few years younger because he doesn't want people to just automatically assume that he's ready to retire, because that's not what he wants. And for me, man, I have like all these different streams of income now. I guess I'm a freelancer, and it just kind of occurred over the last few years, just me finding different things. I did try a few MLMs. I think a lot of us do. Not great at that, so I've kind of put that to the side, but I'll share with you what I am doing. As I'm starting the acting journey, but one of the things I'm doing, which is super cool, is I'm a UGC content creator. So what that means is I literally just take my phone, which is what you are on right now, and I will do a video for a brand, for their product. They'll either send me a product or I'll just do a spoken, like it's called a talking head video, where you're just talking to your phone. And I've done really well with that. I'm on an app called Fiverr, and I can do another video all about that, but I get a lot of work doing that. So it's been really fun. It's kind of my new career and my new business. I've been doing it probably now for about 2.5 years, but it's a lot of work out there for UGC. People are looking for that authentic voice, and it's really fun. And they're also looking more for our age. I find that, you know, there's a lot of UGC content creators that are kind of in that 30-year-old, but there aren't a lot that are, you know, I call myself a mature content creator because my audience is me, right? It's what kind of things do we want to buy and stuff like that. So think about that if it's something that you're interested in. The other thing that I am doing right now as well, kind of goes along with the acting, is I decided to go into voiceover. And it's been a little bit of a journey, because I sort of dipped my toes in it and then I stopped. But now I'm kind of trying to, I dipped my toes in it about 2 years ago, but I was kind of trying to do too many things at once. Now I've got the UGC going, I've kind of got the acting classes done. So now I'm trying to launch my voiceover career, and I'm doing okay. I've got a few audiobooks under me, a few commercial jobs under me. I'm not like doing crazy great yet, but I'm doing enough that I feel like it's verifying me that I can do it. And anyone can do it, by the way. It just takes a little bit to just learn a little bit about, there's a little bit to just learning the software, but I taught myself on YouTube. It's amazing how resilient we are. I taught myself everything, just kind of watching YouTube and learning how to do it. And then from there, I have taken a little bit of training, but that was after I already was up and running and I'd already done some stuff. So you can totally do it if you want to. And I really enjoy voiceover. It's another stream of income that I don't have to be on camera. I'm actually in, if you go to one of my other videos, you'll see my voiceover booth. It's a do-it-yourself homemade voiceover booth made out of moving blankets and PVC piping. Before that, it was in my walk-in closet, and I was there for quite a while. You can just use pillows and blankets and duvets, and you can really dampen your sound where in your space. And I have a nicer mic now, but for the beginning, well, I didn't. I just had a basic mic and it worked great. So if it's something you are thinking about going into, like, let me know below what you would like to learn more about from my channel, because I would like to share with you what you want to know. So if you want to know more about voiceover or the UGC content creation, just put in the comments and I will make more detailed videos about it for you. So some of the other things that's kind of happened, that's kind of come from there, is I found I started enjoying doing meditations, but I don't like doing meditations that are super self-focused, because I am faith-based. So my meditations are a little different. I almost incorporate them into a little bit of prayer, because my meditations are more focused up than in. So but I got accepted on this app called Teacher Insight Timer, and I make money every month from that, and I get to put up these meditations that people really enjoy listening to. So that's something you can think about doing too. I know there's a few, there's like Calm and Headspace, but yeah, it's somewhere that I am, and that's another stream of income if it's something that you're thinking about. So, and then 2 more things that I'm doing, which are super fun, and I do make income off of it. Not tons and tons yet, but it's something that I also just really enjoy. I got into the Amazon merch on demand, and I also opened an Etsy store because I started making print on demand. So that's been really fun, because I found I really enjoy going into Canva and just creating designs that can go on a t-shirt, a cup, a tote bag, whatever, things like that. It's something that I'm not super artistic that I can draw, but I've learned that I'm artistic that I can see. So working with a program like Canva, I can just kind of put things together and they work. So that's been kind of fun. And I do make an income every month from that. On Etsy store, I was doing ornaments during December, and that was fun as well. I sold, I think, like 42 ornaments. You know, some people do really, really well. I wasn't really doing it to do really, really well. I was just doing it for a creative outlet that gave me some side income. And it's been fun. And yeah, and the other thing I should mention, I guess, too, that I do, and that's just been within the last year, is the Amazon influencer. I'm kind of an Amazon associate, but then I got into the influencer program. I think because I do the UGC, it was a very natural thing for me to do the Amazon influencer, because that program is just doing videos of products that are on Amazon, and then it goes on the Amazon video as a shoppable video. And anyone can apply, by the way, any of you can do it. So it's just something that I kind of got into that one. I kind of forgot I was doing that. I do that every day, but I've been doing that one for about a year, and I make between $500 and $800 US a month. There's people that make a lot more. I haven't quite cracked the code on how to make more on there yet, but it's a nice little side income for me, and you know, pays the bills on other things that we want to do. I call my money more like the fun money. But so those are some of the things that you can think about for doing that. You know, it's funny because I have some friends and they're bored, and I'm like, I'm never bored, because in my spare time, I'm always working on a side hustle or creating something. If I'm tired and I don't want to work, then I create designs, and that fills my cup. What I just want to talk about is this whole thing also, when you get older, are you going to downsize? Now, this is something that is completely up to you. I was watching a YouTuber saying, no way would they downsize. You know what? We did, but we didn't do it in the same way that some people do. We had a big family house on a bigger property on a river. The house was built in 52, and it was starting to feel like it was kind of sucking all our money in. We renovated it when we moved in like 22 years ago, and we were at the point where it needed to be renovated again. And when we first moved in there, everything was a nice color, beige and brown, and we were just feeling like we kind of needed to do everything. And then just the property itself, we were feeling, I think, more burdened by it than we realized. And also just like, you know, there was still a mortgage on it, and it was just, for us, we walked into this house. Was a show home, and we're kind of like out of the city a little bit now, only 10 minutes outside the city, but we walked in here and we went, oh, we could live here. And we didn't know where we were going to go or what we were going to do, but we love it. And we did technically downsize, but it's a home in a normal area. Our next door neighbors have a 2-year-old. These guys are a little younger. Across is our age, but we didn't go to a retirement community, but we did move out to what I would call a bedroom community. And there's a lot of people our age out here that have kind of done the same thing, just looking for, I don't know, a nice house. But there's also younger people, and I love that. So for us, downsizing has been wonderful because we got rid of our mortgage. Everything in our house is new. Instead of like one thing breaking at a time, we were going through where the furnace would break one year. The next year was the air conditioner. And then the next year was the water, right? It was just always something. We went through 4 dishwashers in our last house. We walked in here and it's like a smart home. And that makes me feel young. It makes me feel happy. You can tell in my voice. I just, you know, and I even like the lighting and the fixtures we have in this house, I would never have picked them because we came out of a more traditional era, right? But this house is fun and it makes me feel fun. So it's just something to think about for yourself. And the last thing I want to say is, you know, people often think I'm younger than I am, and it's not because I look young, it's because I feel young. It's because I allow myself to do the fun things that I want to do and that I can do. I'm not talking money. I'm just talking things that fill your, I keep saying this, don't I? Things that fill your cup, because when your cup is full, you are full of joy, you're full of happiness, and it overflows to the people around you. So think about those things that really make you feel happy. Something I've been doing, which is fun, there's something here called paint night. They go to local little restaurants, literally holes in the wall, cute ones, and it's $30. You go and they have the paint all set up for you. And I've never done it. Like, I'm not a painter at all, but I went, and there's an art teacher and they teach you how to paint. So they give you all the supplies. And I could never do that. Like, it would be a scenery and you would just kind of copy them. And it's been amazing. And I went on my own, and I remember sitting there the first time I went, I felt like I was traveling overseas. I was like going all by myself. And I'm so used to having somebody with me, you know, having 3 kids, 2 daughters that like to go everywhere with me. And they're now in their 20s, but it's like having 2 best friends with me all the time. But I went on my own, and it was really good for me. It just reminded me, as I'm remembering who I was before all this, before getting married, before like the young person that had dreams and had things she wanted to do, got lost a little bit in the shuffle through the years, and I'm really enjoying finding her again. So take this time to listen to yourself and just see what's out there. And this time of your life can be some of the best times in your life. So I hope you found something in this video you really liked, and comment below. Let me know what things you'd like to see. I want to start being here every day with you and just helping you come along the journey with me and sharing just thoughts that we have together. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon in the next video.